In the dead of night, 1983, a Soviet satellite spotted what looked like an American missile launch. The alarm flashed, red lights blinked. Every second counted toward a potential nuclear disaster. Officers in the command bunker froze, eyes locked on analog radar screens glowing green and ominous. Sweat dripped down foreheads as mechanical switches and rotary telephones became instruments of fate. Each blip on the radar seemed to confirm the unthinkable. War was imminent. Outside, clouds drifted peacefully, but inside, panic gripped those who held the power to destroy the world. The OCO satellite system, designed to detect threats, had reported a launch that might never have existed. Every hand in the room hovered above keys, ready to retaliate, unsure if the warning was real. Blinking red alarms cast deep shadows across uniforms, reflecting fear in the eyes of officers. Printed trajectory sheets lay scattered, each number a potential countdown to catastrophe. The command room felt claustrophobic, thick steel doors enclosing both safety and the weight of history. Submarines and bunkers echoed the same tension as lives rested on interpretations of glowing screens. Officers whispered urgently, eyes flicking between radar monitors and satellite readouts. The faint hum of analog equipment became a terrifying metronome counting down to unknown outcomes. Each reflection in the glass of the screens mirrored the anxiety gripping the room. Mistaken readings blurred the line between reality and catastrophic imagination. The world held its breath, though no one outside even knew the danger lurking in shadows. In that moment, a single misinterpretation could have unleashed an irreversible chain of destruction. Every face told the same story: uncertainty, fear, and the crushing weight of responsibility. And yet, all it took was sunlight hitting clouds at the right angle to almost start a global war. Officers' hands hovered over launch keys, every muscle tense, each heartbeat echoing the possibility of annihilation. Red warning lights flashed in unison with their racing thoughts, amplifying fear in the dim bunker. Analog radar screens flickered as data streamed in, each blip a possible harbinger of war. The command room was silent, save for the low hum of machines, counting down a fate no one wanted. Printed satellite alerts lay under trembling fingers, each number scrutinized for hidden meaning. Subtle movements, hesitant glances, and whispered commands revealed the strain on every officer. The radar's green glow reflected in glasses, highlighting eyes widened with disbelief and tension. Emergency lights cast long shadows, dramatizing the fragile human presence against deadly technology. A single misread signal could trigger a chain reaction with consequences too vast to imagine. Officers exchanged urgent murmurs, the gravity of their potential actions pressing down like steel. The Cold War was more than politics. It was an invisible knife pressed to the throat of humanity. In every corner, shadows deepened, mirroring the weight of a potential global catastrophe. Each officer's mind raced. What if this alert was true? What if it wasn't? Sweat on brows reflected panic, while hands hovered uncertainly over analog switches and rotary phones. The hum of old equipment became a drumbeat of impending doom, relentless and unforgiving. Every printed sheet, every radar blip, was a question with the answer no one wanted to face. Submarines and bunkers held the same tension, a web of fragile nerves and powerful machines. Officers stared at screens as if willing them to tell a different story, a falsehood that might save the world. The false alert pushed every mind to the edge, testing nerves, judgment, and restraint. And still, outside, clouds drifted silently, unaware they were almost mistaken for instruments of war. Every officer knew that one wrong decision could ignite a conflict beyond comprehension. Fingers hovered over launch keys, each second, stretching into a lifetime of uncertainty. Red warning lights painted the room in urgent tones, reflecting the fear gripping every face. Analog radar screens displayed patterns that were misinterpreted as imminent missile launches. Printed trajectory sheets were examined and re-examined, searching for a flaw in human judgment. Officers whispered quietly, weighing every possible outcome, balancing caution with duty. The green glow of monitors revealed eyes filled with disbelief, worry, and suppressed panic. Emergency lights cast heavy shadows, reflecting the mental strain and looming potential for disaster. Every misread signal carried the potential to trigger irreversible catastrophe. Conversations were urgent yet measured, each word carrying the weight of life and death. The Cold War had trained them for this, yet nothing prepared them for the fragility of perception. Shadows deepened in corners, echoing the strain of imminent catastrophe. Officers' thoughts raced. Was the alert real or a mistake of sensors and clouds? Sweat traced down their faces as hands lingered over analog switches and rotary phones. The hum of old technology became a relentless metronome, counting down to unknown consequences. Every blip, every sheet, every reflection was a reminder of human fragility. Submarines and bunkers reflected the same precarious balance between caution and potential disaster. Eyes locked on screens, officers silently wished for a different outcome, one that could avert catastrophe. The clouds remained indifferent, a quiet reminder of the narrow escape from war. Every heartbeat in the bunker echoed the enormity of what could happen with one misjudged signal. Hands hovered over launch keys, trembling under the weight of potential global annihilation. Red alarms flashed like a heartbeat, filling the dim bunker with urgent light. Analog radar screens displayed patterns that seemed to confirm the worst fears of those inside. Printed trajectory sheets were scrutinized repeatedly, each number a potential countdown to disaster. Officers whispered urgently, balancing caution with duty, fear with responsibility. The green glow of analog monitors reflected the tension in wide, staring eyes. Shadows cast by emergency lights stretched across the walls, dramatizing the human fragility and control of deadly power. A single misread signal could set events in motion that no one could undo. Officers spoke in hushed, urgent tones, aware that each decision could alter history. The Cold War had prepared them for conflict, but not for the fragility of human perception under pressure. Every corner of the room seemed heavier, laden with both equipment and human worry. Thoughts raced. Was the alert genuine, or had clouds and sunlight deceived the satellite? Sweat dripped, hands hovered, and the silence was broken only by the low hum of machinery. The analog consoles became instruments of tension, amplifying every second into monumental stakes. Every radar blip, reflection, and printed sheet reminded them of the precariousness of their power. Submarines and bunkers mirrored the same fragile balance between caution and catastrophic risk. Eyes remained glued to screens, silently hoping for clarity, fearing the worst, yet powerless to act blindly. The false alert pushed everyone to the edge, testing nerves, judgment, and courage. Above, clouds drifted silently, oblivious to the near catastrophe below. Every heartbeat in the bunker carried the weight of potential annihilation, each second a lifetime of tension. Hands hovered over launch keys, trembling under the possibility of irreversible global consequences. Red alarms continued their relentless pulse, a visual drumbeat of fear filling the dim room. Analog radar screens displayed data that blurred reality, testing the officer's judgment to the limit. Printed satellite alerts were examined repeatedly, each number scrutinized for mistakes that might save the world. Officers whispered urgently, weighing say-you. Tian against duty, fear against the need for action. The green glow of monitors highlighted eyes wide with disbelief and the strain of responsibility. Shadows stretched across the room under emergency lights, dramatizing human fragility and control of deadly power. A single misinterpreted blip could set events in motion that no one could stop. Officers spoke in hushed, urgent tones, aware that each word carried unimaginable stakes. The Cold War had prepared them for conflict, but not for the fragility of human perception under pressure. Every corner of the bunker felt heavier, weighed down by equipment, tension, and the weight of history. Minds raced. Was the alert real, or had clouds and sunlight tricked the satellite sensors? Sweat dripped, fingers hovered, and silence fell, broken only by the low hum of machinery. Analog consoles became instruments of tension, turning seconds into monumental stakes. Every radar blip, reflection, and printed sheet reminded them of the precariousness of their power. Submarines and bunkers mirrored the same delicate balance between caution and catastrophic risk. Eyes remained locked on glowing screens, hoping for clarity while fearing the worst. The false alert pushed every nerve to the limit, testing restraint, judgment, and courage. Finally, it became clear. The clouds above had almost sparked a war that never needed to happen.